Welcome to LatinPerDiem. In this, our final episode on Tertullian, we're going to look at a fragment of a sentence, really the result clause that comes at the end of section 6 of his work De Patientia, on patience. Ut nullum praeceptum obiraquis, nullum opus domino, complacitum perpetrare extraneus a patientia possit. The context here is that he has said previously, patience is so important in the affairs of God that someone, quis, possit, can follow or observe obire, no commandment, no precept. Someone can fulfill perpetrare, no work, nullum opus, that is complacitum, well-pleasing to the Lord, if such a person is extraneus a patientia, far removed from patience. Let's summarize some of the things we have learned thus far about Tertullian's style and his meaning. Tertullian began by saying that he is somewhat impudenter, rash, or bold, satis temere, to dare to write a work on patience. And this is because he says that he is a homo nullius boni, a man of really no moral standing. He says, in fact, that in talking about patience, one's words ought to match one's deeds. And in this he summons the age-old distinction between dicta and facta, or hoi logoi, kai ta erga, that we can trace all the way back to Homer. And it is a distinction present throughout the New Testament as well, words and deeds. The disparity between words and deeds ought to lead one to blush, arabescere, and this blushing ought to lead to the production of some remedium, some cure. But of course, Tertullian says this doesn't happen. This only can happen if divine grace, actually only grace, sola gratia, of divine inspiration, divinae inspirationis, can provide the means by which a person can actually demonstrate true patience. He then spends an extended amount of time describing the metaphor or analogy to sickness and health. He says that he is miseramus, he is very, very wretched, always, semper, inasmuch as he is aiger, sick from the caloribus, from the illnesses or the heats of impatience, in patientiae. And then he spends time talking about such medical metaphors as valetudo, sanitas, and so forth, before he finally gets to the concluding portion in which he talks here about how no one can fulfill any precept of God or perform any work, nullum praeceptum, nullum opus, complacitum domino, to the Lord, if such a person is extraneous, far removed from patience. One grammatical note, and that is extraneous here is an adjective in the masculine singular nominative, and this adjective modifies quis. It's very common to translate adjectives in the nominative as adverbs, and we might do so in this instance as well. What have we learned about patience? Well, Tertullian has said it's very important, and it's not possible without an influx of divine grace, or only by the grace of divine inspiration. I hope that you, listener, have been patient through this exposition of Tertullian, and I trust that you have learned something. Please join us next time.